welcome to episode 19, Snagged podcast and giveaways. Now, first thing we're going to talk about, absolutely awesome prizes for the rest of the month. If you haven't seen it already, you're clearly under a rock. We're giving a pair of tonic sunglasses away every single week until Christmas. We had one lucky winner already. There'll be another one announced tomorrow. So, guys, great time to get yourself a membership and win yourself a pair of awesome sunglasses from Tonic.
Just on that,
Thank you, Tonic.
I did notice on the chat somewhere along the line on the Facebooks that someone asked that they'd not seen where the prizes were being notified. Is there anywhere that you can go to see a list of them, or?
Well, when we notify some people love having their reports and the videos that you do go up. Some people don't want that stuff going up, so we keep that stuff private. But yeah, people get prizes every single week, so I do know who was that. And I think someone who won the Vanford was telling her that he won the Vanford, and she was going on about how much she loved Vanford. So fingers crossed we get a Vanford and she wins one of those one day. That'd be kind of cool. But no, we don't display what people win and stuff like that because not everyone wants that, but some people do. So the cool reports where you do the funny little videos and people love life, we chuck them up. But otherwise, we just sort of keep it private for everyone.
Cool, no worries. I just saw that query and wondered myself.
So what's been happening in your world, my man? You've been doing forums, you've been doing webinars, all sorts of stuff going on. Been doing any fish or anything?
Yeah, well, since the gravel rally and the working on the cars, and I reminded myself that I was in fact a recreational fisherman. On Friday last week, went for a dive and jumped in the water. It was great conditions and it was awesome to go for a dive. Managed to get some crayfish. I was going to get those crayfish for Christmas, but I ended up eating them between myself and a few others, so I need to go again to get some more. But interestingly, there was 3 of us diving in the water, and one of our chaps, we went to move to another spot, and one of our chaps, Stewie, we said, we'll head off to this spot around the point, and he said, I'm actually not feeling too good. Maybe we should head in. And that was strange because we'd only been there for 3 hours and we'd had another 2 hours to go. And I just said to him, look, out of 10, 1 being we've got to go straight away, get you to hospital, and 10 being, nah, she's apples, let's go to the next spot. Whereabouts are you? And he went, about a 4. Now, this guy's a mate of mine for years, and he's pretty hardcore and a bit of a farmer. And so the fact that he was a 4, I was like, this is not ideal. So I asked him a few more details about what he was feeling and that, and he had some pain in the middle of his chest that was moving to his left side of his shoulder. And we decided that righto, and I started whipping I wasn't panicking, but I was whipping the wetty off, and Howie said, let's get the compressor down. And he goes, no, let's leave the compressor and we'll just trundle along instead of getting off the gunnel. And I sort of went between him and Stewie and gave him some, let's get the compressor down and get up on the plane, because if Stewie gives you a 4. And so he got a little bit worse, and we decided we'd dropped him off at hospital. So we pulled up and we'd gone in, one of our people went in, and long story short was, because he was underwater and he was upside down, he was wrestling this big bull crayfish under a rock, and it had jacked itself up into the roof of the little hole it was in, and he was having trouble. He reckoned he fought it for about 8 minutes and was in all sorts of weird, you get into some weird positions underwater when you're trying to reef, and what you try and do is you let them go and then you rip them again. And he worked on that fish for a long time, upside down in awkward positions, and he's put a hole in his lung. So in effect, wow, he's got a punctured lung. So that was pretty wild. He's still in hospital at the minute. And I think that leads to Hooch's hot hints, really, because we weren't in depth. It wasn't anything to do with pressure or depth. It was just basic fitness and doing these things arduous when you get of an age. Like, I'm 51, 52 this year. He's a bit older than me. He'd be 55. And I've been lucky by accident that I've been swimming 2 days, if not 3 days a week. And so when I'm diving now, I'm enjoying it that much more, because I used to dive when I was 158 kilos. Like, it's a lucky I'm not dead, to be honest, because when you're 150 kilos and you're underwater with your wetsuit on and all your weight belt and everything, it's just arduous. But I just feel like I've got a new lease of life. I haven't had a physical for diving. I've had a physical to get my CAMS license just recently, so that's pretty handy. But my hot hint is, with summer coming up, if you're at 50 or over, maybe just do yourself a favour and go and have a talk to the doctor and have a little bit of a physical if you're going to do some diving. I mean, it's not a prerequisite, it's not mandatory, but it's certainly not out of the question for your own self-preservation to go and have a little bit of a test, because, you know, jumping underwater and flailing around looking for crayfish and abalone is not the easiest. And so, yeah, that's my hot tip is get yourself checked out if you are going to do some diving. My other hot tip is always have a pair of fresh underpants in a Ziploc bag just in case. Just in case.
Remind me to go on a boating trip with you then, Hooch, eh? My word. Woo-hoo!
Well, at least you'll have a pair of spare undies should you need them, and you may or may not get taken to hospital swiftly. So,
I mean, they're a great flotation device, aren't they? Ziploc bin, you'll find them if the boat goes under, mate. That'd be great.
Ziploc
I
bags.
don't think particularly want to be going diving naked, you know, soft plastic worms and all that.
No, it's all right. Oh, good. Well done, Hooch.
Oh, and are we doing reports as well?
You go for it. You go into your reports first. Go for it.
Well, Luke Witt and Mr. Atkinson, I think it's Atkinson. They took off to Eagle Hawk Neck. Now Scotty Atkinson, he's been chasing a barrel for quite some time. Went down, got a hookup. He's on the rod and reel. Did a great job. Went 120 with the tum-tums in. And so that was a pretty cool fish. It's been firing down there. Stewie Nichols, I spoke to him last night on the webinar, and he said it's slowing up a little bit, but there's still plenty of fish down south, so that's good. Yet to see them up the east coast or in the Strait at the minute. The Strait might be a little bit too warm. But that day we went diving, the evening was phenomenal. It was flat, oily, flat calm. There was a bit of a funny old easterly low pressure system, and there was a good tide and low light. So a mate, Tristan, went out chasing some snapper. He's caught some snapper and made a little ground off Cooey, off just out of Burnie. And he tried his luck. Didn't catch any snapper, but he caught a 15 kg school shark, not a gummy, but a school shark, and he knows the difference. Put it on the deck and it rallied around and rolled around. And anyway, he dispatched it. And then he thought, well, I better drop the guts out of it. And as he did that, a heap of little baby sharks spilled out. And he goes, oh, God. And they were flipping around as alive as can be. And so he's opened up the stomach cavity of this shark, and he's put over 20 little baby shark. And he's got a little video where he's picking them up, counting them. He's put 4 over before he's counted, and he counts up to over 20. And so that's quite interesting, isn't it? Not something you'd expect.
There's a nature docker going on. Are they called pups, baby sharks? I have a feeling somehow.
He called them pups, but I don't know what you'd call them.
I'm going to go with pups.
Pups. I think it's pups. Yeah.
We'll call them itty bitty bubby sharks, I think.
Is that Latin?
Itty bitty bubby sharks.
There was a song about that.
Baby shark.
You know the song name? Copyright.
You can't.
The infringements are coming. Look out.
I sung it that badly that it wouldn't be a copyright infringement.
No, no one understands what the song
Bringing
was.
it back was big.
Can we hear it?
Baby shark. Baby shark.
Oh, that's it, Lasso.
That's it. I'm going to need a spare pair of pants in a minute. All right. So before we get into more singing by Hoops, let's get into some reports. In the freshwater, been a bit of a quiet report week. There wasn't a hell of a lot going on, but the weather's been pretty average. Like it's been a torrential downpour here over the last week a little bit, so there's not been that much, but let's get into it. Arthur Whittick, little young gun himself, awesome brown trout from the Western Lakes. He commented about to say how nice the colours were on the trout. Well, that's always nice, isn't it?
Yeah, right on. Naki and Nick White. There we go. First grayling. Awesome work. Not a fish you hear many people catching.
So, you ever caught a grayling, Hooch?
No.
No, I can't say I have either.
Up
That was
in
quite
the
a good one too. As far as grayling go, I thought that was quite a monster.
Absolutely.
Up in the gorge up in Lonnie, they used to get I'm guessing they still would, but throughout summer there'd be heaps up there in the gorge, and you just see them in the rapids and stuff like that. And
Are we talking about nudists now? Or?
No, we're talking about grayling.
Oh,
I
sorry.
thought we were talking about your undies, mate.
You're probably the nudist with your undies in a bag, but we'll just keep on talking. Another nickname for them is like cucumber mullet, because if you actually catch one and smell it, they smell exactly like cucumber. It's ridiculous. Like they smell dead on,
obscure.
exactly like cucumber.
Okay, well,
Yeah, right.
so you've caught one?
Yeah, I've caught one.
You sniffed it?
Yep. And I would recommend that it's a cucumber.
Well, if you're doing a gin and tonic,
Google it.
bad boys, then you're
Google it.
Okay, okay, cool. Anyway, next.
Moving on, we got Cameron Cole here. Went fishing up at Brady's by the looks of it. Saturday was tough. Only managed the one trout, but plenty of redfin. He did manage to catch it on his own custom painted lure though, so pretty cool.
That's cool. A lot of guys make their own lures. I
Bit
kind
of
of like
DIY, I think that's
Absolutely.
pretty cute. Yeah.
Jarvis Smith, young gun himself. That man can catch a fish. He got Epic Brown from Crescent, fishing from the shore. He's having a cracking season up there. Good job, young Jarvis.
Yeah. Ben Jabu. Nice brookie from Lake Plimsoll.
That's the one.
Wow, well done.
You been up there recently?
Not again. Not the plimsoll coming back.
Well, I think clearly those fish are still kicking around up there.
Yeah.
So kind of cool.
It'll be interesting to go how they go over summer, because obviously brookies are a very cold water fish.
Yeah,
And
it's a bit of depth up there. They'll probably just go down deep.
yeah, but it's amazing. Not really in Plimsoll, I don't think. I don't think Plimsoll is a very deep lake. It's like the one lake up there that's not 400 metres deep in the middle.
We'll ignore me then. Cool.
Moving on, we got Dan Smith with a lovely little river brown.
Yeah,
What was
it was a little round. It's nice for him to stop catching massive fish and catch something small for a change.
Saving some for everyone else,
That's
eh?
exactly
Champion.
what a guy.
Have a week off,
That's
eh?
it. He came in
Yeah.
on Saturday with his old man and his young fella and raided the shop and bought a bucket load of lures. So good on him and good to me. All right, into the salt. Jamie Cooper with an epic elephant shark and also, might I say, cracking handlebar moustache.
Oh, there you go. That deserves a round of applause. You beauty. Mate, I don't know what's better. I think the moustache wins if I catch it today.
Absolutely.
Josh Ward with a cracking brim from the East Coast.
No, it's good. Josh had a bit of a story. He drove all the way up, about 2.5 hours up the East Coast to go fishing. Had himself one of the new Shimano Zodiases, tripped over, smashed the rod in multiple places, and then decided to drive home because he didn't think he had a rod. Got back to home.
Sorry to interrupt, but I've
had a spare rod there.
Sorry to interrupt, but I've got to go because of that thing I mentioned earlier.
No worries at all, my man.
Man about a dog.
Sorry about
Oh,
that.
mate, catch you, mate.
See you, mate.
All right, you're up.
We got Kane Thomas Air here with some nice sized pink snapper caught out of the Derwent. So
Yeah.
it's one thing I'm looking forward to having a bit of a look
Yeah,
at.
Well, I reckon like one of the spots that amazes me that more people don't fish snapper or the area is more around Taroona and Sandy Bay.
Yeah.
That's a cracking spot. I've fluked him there a few times. I remember fishing one of the flathead comps many moons ago, and we just had plastics dangling over the side while I think we're having a beer. And anyway, off it goes again. Snapper come up, grab this plastic, wasn't even working it, chucked it down again, did the exact same thing, smacked it again. So there's plenty about. Cool. All right, what else we got? Stewie Nichols getting his customers onto another bluefin. That man has had an epic season, and if you're ever going to hire someone to catch a bluefin, he's your man. He is very good at what he does.
Another two separate ones, are they?
Absolutely.
We got Dean Martin with some epic craze with what craze season started last week?
Yeah, about last week.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cracking name.
So, well, I reckon Dean could do that next one.
Yeah, right on. Look out. Okay. Wow. Jennifer Keane. Some with some awesome craze.
Some with.
There you go. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. Nicely done. Yeah, well done on the craze. Champion is what I'm seeing here.
For those that don't know, Jennifer is my lovely queen. Okay, cool. All right, that's about all we've got with reports with photos. But a couple of things have been going around. A couple of things. Kingfish reports off the rocks at Blackman's Bay and also in Northwest Bay, which is kind of cool. So get out there and get amongst those for sure.
Yeah, reports of the Silver Valley schools off Kingston Beach.
Yeah, so a few reports coming in from the young guys saw decent schools in Silver Valley moving up and down Kingston Beach, which is kind of cool.
We've got Eagle Hawk Neck. We've got plenty of craze coming from a fair few reports. We also got Leo Miller here with a cracking bluefin this morning, plus many more over the week.
Yeah, got that report today, so good job, Leo. That man is cracking down on the bluefin this year. So well, set to see bluefin burgers at Billy's Burgers soon, I would say.
I think so.
Brown's really also been fishing really, really well, and still plenty of nice squid around the rocks of Bruni and the area. So that's about all we got for reports.
Pretty happy
Guys, just remember, if you got any reports you want us to mention, send us the reports to the Snag Facebook page or pop into the Fisherman Shed and let me know. And also, guys, don't forget, we've got some awesome prizes going out over the next few weeks. Tonics, sunglasses every week, heaps of other cool stuff. Shimono lure packs. If there was ever a time for you guys to get on board and be a member and support us doing what we do, how do we do that?
www.snag.com.au. Get yourself a membership, and yeah, we'll give you a call hopefully this Wednesday.
That's it.
Maybe.
Awesome. Or any Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday.
Maybe next
What
Wednesday.
about that cheeky little like and subscribe?
Absolutely. We are on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. Snag podcasts and giveaways. Hope you guys join.
Get amongst.
See ya.